Live from the campus of the University of Alabama, it's WVUA 23's coverage of the 2017 Homecoming Parade, brought to you by Pepsi and by Alabama Credit Union.
Well, from the heart of the University of Alabama campus, where the future is forged and legends are made, time for a tradition that brings tens of thousands back to the university every year. Time to celebrate all things Alabama and Sweet Home Capstone. It is time for the University of Alabama Homecoming Parade. I'm Lynn Brooks, joined as always by First Lady of Alabama Football, Miss Terry Saban. Always good to see you, Miss Terry.
Always great to be here. And when you say Sweet Home, it truly feels that way now, Lynn. This is year 11 for us.
Number 11, and it just keeps getting funner every year.
It gets better.
We're just having a great time. And one of the things we like to do every year when we get together is we like to take a look at some of the things that you've been doing all this year, and we have a few things that you've sent our way. We have some of those pictures from the Saban family. Now this one says you're going to Disney World, Carson?
Yes, one of the things that Nick's Kids does is be able to reach out and help these young people who are suffering and having a hard time in life, and to be able, through Children's Miracle Network, have their wishes come true. And it's a highlight of one of the many things that we do. This young man's name is Carson, and he's going to Disney World.
He is going to Disney. He's going to have a great time. Now, you've got also a lot of things going on in your family back behind the scenes, right? You've got now grandbaby is 4 years old now?
She'll be 4 in December, and Nick was home with her the one night a week that he's home for dinner, and we played hide and seek. And I hid behind the door or in the bathtub every time, and somehow Nick got underneath our master bedroom bed with Amelie, but I couldn't get quite under there to catch them, but we had a great time.
Little game of hide and seek.
Yes.
His personality coming out. You know, sports are often a metaphor for life, and the head coach has had some colorful metaphors lately for the media this season, and some really inspiring words for the fans. Here's some of what Nick Saban said.
I'm trying to get our players to listen to me instead of listening to you guys.
You know what? I don't really care about how many points we scored in the last 4 games.
You know, all that stuff you write about how good we are, and all that stuff they hear on ESPN,
I appreciate your opinion.
it's like poison.
I don't have any feeling about how many points we scored in the last 4 games or 5 games or however many SEC games we played.
We're not going to beat everybody 66-3.
I'm only worried about how many we score in the next game.
There's a difference between winning and defeating your opponent in terms of how you dominate.
Well, this is certainly not the time to relax or be satisfied. We have to work to deserve success. You're never entitled to it. To go out there and play at a high level and play to your standard every week is really, really important. If you respect your talent, that's in anything that you do, then you have an obligation to yourself to work to be the best that you can be. And that's kind of got to become who you are. That's got to become a personality. Anything short of that, you know, you're really facing a lot of regret.
It's like taking poison, like rat poison.
I don't really do this for money. You know, I'm just a coach. I don't have the answers to all the questions. Hell, if I watch the film and I think it's so-so, maybe we'll try to hire your
Well, I'll just say this, Lynn. The mental part of the game is critical, and you can't take it for granted. I mean, they work very hard, and sometimes the players need to stay humble and remember what got them there. And if they do listen to the media and get big-headed, bad things can happen. So Nick has to work to balance that to keep them humble. And if I get a bad question today, I'm going to say, ask the water bottle.
Just ask the water bottle. We're not taking
I don't know. I'm not taking that.
But you know, some people may have a question for you today, Miss Terry. You know, every year we have a tradition that we do here on the Homecoming Parade. Ask Miss Terry anything. And I wonder if we have Chelsea Barton. There she is. She's live on the steps of Reese Hall. And So I'm wondering, Chelsea, I know a lot of fans wrote in and they wanted to ask Terry a question. So are you ready, Miss Terry?
I'm ready.
All right.
We're ready.
Talk to the water bottle.
All right. Hey, y'all. As Lynn mentioned earlier this week, we took to our Facebook page to ask our viewers what they want to know about the lovely Miss Terry Saban. We got so many responses. We only could narrow it down to a few questions. But here's your very first question, Miss Terry. It is from Victoria Cheeks. She asks, how does it feel to have the #1 college football team's coach, Nick Saban, as your husband?
Oh, I think all football aside, we've been married 45 years, and Nick is my best friend. I run everything by him, and he pretty much runs everything by me, unless it's a question of whether we should go for it on 4th down. But other than that, he's a man of integrity. He's my best friend, and I couldn't ask for a better husband. But thank you for asking that question.
The next question is from Kai Ham. They want to know, who is the boss at home, you, Miss Terry, or Nick?
I would say that truly we cooperate on everything. Typically, when we're at home, whether it's a question of landscaping or furniture, when to eat dinner, Nick concedes to me. But pretty much any big decision that's made, it's a cooperative decision.
You've learned some things.
We kind of think alike.
Yes.
Good to know. Here's the final question we have for you, Miss Terry. It's from Hetty Hayward. They ask, what do you like best about the city of Tuscaloosa?
What I like best right now is that it's all changing for the better. From the time we came here 11 years ago, the growth and development of the city has been phenomenal. It certainly helps in recruiting.
Yes.
When you look at the Riverwalk and the Farmers Market and the amphitheater, and the university itself is just, it's the perfect college town.
Well, happy homecoming, guys.
Happy
Thank
homecoming.
you.
Roll Tide. Thanks,
Roll
Chelsea.
Tide.
All right, thanks a lot, Chelsea. They always have great questions, the fans,
They do.
right?
I wanted to go back a little bit to Nick's kids, Lynn. Some of those
Yes.
pictures that we were looking at,
I think we have some.
Every August we have our big giveaway luncheon,
Yeah.
and we just passed the $7 million mark of giving away to needy children and teachers organizations in the state of Alabama. And this past August, the luncheon, we gave $500,000 away. It feels so good that I feel like we're making an impact on children and teachers in Alabama.
And speaking of children and teachers, you had a special treat for Rock Quarry Middle School lately.
We did. I wish more schools would do this because our Delta attendants are the ones who really helped me do this. But when you go to an away game, the plane is full of so much food for our players, and it just goes to waste if it's not eaten.
Wow.
So the attendants helped me collect all the non-perishable food, and it's peanuts and crackers and boxed items and beef jerky. At least 80 pounds of snacks when we get home. And anyway, we take it off the plane and we give it to elementary children and teachers. And they
That's
love it
awesome.
because they know it came from the players.
That's awesome. You guys do so many things for a good cause. I know we were out at the golf tournament. We have some photos also of that where we've seen the coach just smiling from ear to ear. Here he is.
Nick
Does he have a
loves
pretty good golf game, by the way?
He does have a pretty good game. Nick is just a competitive person no matter what he's doing. He doesn't like to lose. Even when he makes breakfast, he's pretty good at making eggs. So at one time, he had competition of how many eggs he could turn over without breaking them. I think he was at 82 eggs. So he stands on this one hole at our golf event, and they compete to see, obviously, who can get closest to the hole. And at this particular day, we made $400,000.
Wow. I mean, the Saban family certainly does give back. And by the way, speaking of the Saban family, where is everybody today? Nick Jr. at work?
Yes. When the kids are growing up and you feel so bad because you can't go to their games,
Yeah.
you can't go to their little soccer games or whatever, and we're always telling them, Daddy can't come, Daddy has to work. Well, now our children have to work.
Yes.
And Nicholas is at the dealership. Saturday's a big day, but we're really proud of him that he's doing so well at the Mercedes dealership. And Kristen will be here later, and they're all coming for Tennessee, so I'm preparing for that.
Now, I don't want to be nosy, but what do we have cooked? I mean, if everybody's going to?
I think I made this before because I love it on a fall day, and it goes a long way, but I made my beef vegetable soup, and that has the secret ingredient. I don't know if you remember the secret ingredient.
Something spicy, right?
That was, you mix honey and cinnamon, little sweet, and it's delicious. So we're having that with pepperoni rolls and chicken salad and carrot cake and carrot cake. Yeah.
I'm coming to your house.
Please do. There's a lot. There's a lot of it.
Cooking is not really my strength. But you guys have a house full during football games, just like
we do.
A lot of people watching at home, you know, especially if you're a Tuscaloosa local, your house pretty much becomes a hotel.
Well, my family's here from West Virginia. My cousin, Uncle Sid, Aunt Fran's there, Nick's mom is there, and it's truly homecoming. Everybody's coming home to celebrate. Big game, SEC football. There's nothing like it. There's nothing I would rather do than watch SEC football. Our team, obviously, but if I'm home and there's a game on, I'd rather watch that than anything.
You're obviously in heaven. And
Big
I can hear that the parade is inching closer. So there's the parade rolling through University
Big
Boulevard.
Al.
See Big Al coming. They are getting very, very close to our homecoming parade stage. And just to orient you, we are directly on University Boulevard near the intersection of Colonial Drive. So for all you alums out there watching, that'll help orient you to exactly where you are watching the parade today. We are glad to bring it.
The streets are lined. There must be 20 people deep all the way down University Boulevard. It's a cloudy day, but it's a perfect day because it's not too hot. We're just going to pretend the leaves are golden today.
It is very comfortable and a really nice crowd for this homecoming Saturday.
One of our favorite parts about away games is that we have a blue light security taking our buses from the airport to our hotel, and here they are today in all their glory.
So this is the Army ROTC. They're actually an elective. They focus on leadership and management skills.
We have approximately 400 students that participate in Army ROTC on campus. You know, they earn scholarships while they do this.
They certainly are impressive in this parade this morning. And there we see our parade's Grand Marshal, John Parker Wilson.
John Parker was our quarterback when we first came here, Lynn, 2007. And in 2008, we had an unbelievable year under his leadership when we went 12-0 in our regular season. I think we beat Auburn 36-0 that year, if I remember.
It was the first win over Auburn in 6 years.
Yes. He's still a handsome young man. We're very proud of him.
So his senior year, Bama finished 12-0 regular season. They were 36-0 beatdown of the Tigers. You're right. Alabama was ranked #1.
I think that first year here, we may have been under his leadership, maybe 7-6. The second year it was 12-0. Amazing.
Very nice.
Amazing year.
We have the cheerleaders and Big Al.
And I think you recognize this big guy. You know, we have 2 squads of cheerleaders. You can imagine, they can't do every event, Lynn. So to have a white squad and a crimson squad so that they can split up some of their duties.
Oh, and I'm looking at my intern. Yay! One of the cheerleaders up on the front row is actually somebody that I teach in class here. So
the hours that they spend practicing, traveling with the team, it's almost as many hours as the football team, possibly the same. Very talented.
Yes, they put in a lot of hours. They work so hard to support the Crimson Tide.
Crimson Cabaret, beautiful ladies, perform at the basketball games and some of the football games.
The University of Alabama's $1 Million Band. Let's listen.
So our band is directed by Ken Ozello. He does a fabulous job. Led by the Crimsonettes. You know, I'm always telling our tech people that we need to get our Crimsonettes on the big boards more because they're so beautiful.
Beautiful ladies. So many beautiful ladies here at the University of Alabama.
I do believe these are new band uniforms because they're so bright. I've noticed a couple games ago, they're just beautiful.
They are. They look stark white today.
You know, I'm trying to get our crowd to do something very special. Lynn, can I talk to you about it?
Let's hear it.
Okay, this is very important, and to me anyway. When the band comes out pre-game and they make the outline of the elephant and they do that elephant march, dun 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 dun. Everybody cheer, especially when the head starts going up. Go crazy.
Go crazy.
Go crazy. Here we are. Okay, Lynn, you know how Ohio State, they do the script Ohio at pregame? Well, when the tuba dots the I, the crowd goes crazy.
Right.
Well, that's what we're after when we make the outline of the elephant. When the head of the elephant starts going up in the air, we want the crowd to go crazy. Let's see if we can do that.
Are you guys getting this at home? Because this is very important. The next time you come to a University of Alabama football game.
Pre-game. Help us out. You know, when we first came, Lynn, I was trying to get everyone to say roll tide after first down. You know how they go, University of Alabama, first down, and the whole crowd goes roll tide. It took 2 years to get them to do that. But now it's a tradition.
See, so you started
that. Yes, well, yes. And now it's tradition.
I'm going to think of you now every time when there's a first down.
That's right.
I'm going to think of you. These are our Crimson Cuties, followed by our homecoming queen.
2017 homecoming queen. What would homecoming be without a queen and her court?
Sponsored by Delta Delta Delta. Abigail Greenberg.
Mackenzie Brannon, Lane Griffith, Allison Molenkamp, and Alex Smith, all part of the court. There's some pretty cars in this parade.
Very nice.
Next, we have Mr. Quincy Brannon. Up next, we have Miss Lane Griffith.
And you can see behind the homecoming court, the crowd really starting to fill in. It's a great crowd out here for this homecoming.
Followed by Miss Alex Smith.
I'm loving this little antique red Mercedes too, Lynn.
Nice cars.
And last but certainly not least, we have our 2016.
Several different sponsoring organizations too for the homecoming court. This year, Bama Reed has a sponsor of one of the members of the homecoming court. Also NSBE and C100, also the Society of Professional Journalists. So a really diverse group for this year's homecoming court. And then our 2016 homecoming queen, Ainsley LeBlanc from Cordova, Tennessee.
Something about wearing a crown as a little girl. You just hope someday you can wear a crown.
A tiara. Every little girl needs a tiara. I know our kiddo will make anything into a tiara. So you give her a straw wrapper, that becomes a tiara.
Toilet paper roll?
That's a tiara.
Tiara.
Exactly. Callie Walker, Miss University of Alabama. She's giving us a good roll time.
This team's outstanding team is a freshman honor student at St. James House in Illinois.
You know, the other thing, as I was reading this script, Lynn, I realized that almost all of these beauty pageants now center around scholarships. So the winners receive quite a bit of scholarship money, and certainly that helps.
There we saw Jessica Proctor rolling through. She's Miss Alabama. There's Jessica, Miss Alabama.
Jessica Proctor.
And she finished in top 10 of Miss America.
She did,
She made us
and
very
became Miss Alabama out of 48 contestants.
Oh, wow.
Alpha Chi Omega. The tide is taking off. It's a wild group, Lynn. I don't think they went to bed last night. Alpha Chi Omega. Do you know Anna Lee Cook is in that group? That's Malmore's granddaughter. I was told that she was going to be dressed up like Jupiter. So someone in a blue Jupiter outfit.
I see a few. I see a few Jupiters in there, I think. Wow, lively group. And the Greek organizations really get into this homecoming parade, Miss Terry. They just go all out with their floats and with their energy. It's amazing.
Well, I'm told they stay up all night to,
They just don't go to bed.
finish up. Yes.
I guess you can do that when you're 21.
Yes, you can. Well, we sure miss Malmore, and it's
Yes.
such a blessing to have his granddaughter back on campus, and Heather and his family. It's a legacy, living legacy.
It really is. Coach Moore was such a great guy. If you were able to get to know him personally, I would go to his office. I was on the Spirit team when I was a student here at Alabama, and that's the group that passes out the shakers. So I would literally go to his office every week, and how many other places can you just go in the athletics director's office and just?
Well, Coach Moore
pick up some
sat
pom-poms?
next to me on the bus for every away game, and he was such a gentleman, told me great stories about the past, quoted poetry.
He's a great guy.
He's
He
missed.
is sorely missed.
Academy of Dance, that's who just was walking through. Darling little girls who work hard.
That's MJ's. MJ's Academy of Dance.
I think that's a local group here in town.
It is. And we're told that every class at MJ's begins with a smile and ends with your dancer feeling proud of herself. MJ's, where the best keep getting better. They're so adorable.
There's some really young ones in that
There's
group,
some little ones in that.
but they still have their lipstick on and blush.
First things first, Miss Terry. First things first. So cute, riding on the shoulders to carry their sign.
Okay. Here's the Theta Sigma, embracing tradition and continuing our legacy. Thank you, young ladies.
Embracing tradition. You love tradition, don't you, Miss Terry?
I love tradition, and I think it's never too late to start new traditions. Everybody just has to keep them going and keep participating. You know, I really wanted to try to get our crowd to do the, what's it called?
The wave?
The wave. Because, get it? The tide, the wave.
I feel it. I feel it.
Oh, John Merrill. Hey, John. Does a good job. Secretary of State, State of Alabama.
Alpha Delta Pi rolling in front of our stage.
This is the Little Miss exercise. The winners are always
Magical moments, formal attire.
Let's give them a warm welcome.
This is our teen miss. Teen miss. Little and teen miss.
All those beautiful, beautiful princesses.
Chance is a life-size elephant that was purchased at Coach Saban Camp, Alabama. He's made of reinforced
Look at this
Now-
huge elephant.
That's about as close to a real elephant, I think, as we'll ever get, Lynn.
That's a good one.
It's a
Terry.
very good one. And you notice no one has to follow behind and clean up anything.
So it's the best guy.
Oh, he's a beauty.
all year. Each time will take the round of the diamond of Alabama chapter of the year.
Alpha Delta Pi coming our way. Celebrating. I think there's supposed to be cupcakes.
From Bibb County. They're ambassadors for Bibb County.
The Bibb Bells are from Bibb County. We have about 30,000 residents there, and the county seat is Centerville.
Followed by Alpha Gamma Delta.
One is international. Opportunity based on fun, fellowship.
Lynn, are those judges across the street from us? Are they actually judging?
They are. They are judging. There are certain entries that are being judged, and they're trying. These organizations, especially the campus organizations, are trying to win that coveted Spirit Cup award, which is given today at the halftime of today's game, tonight's game. I should say.
We have passing us now the Shriners organization. It's related to the Freemasonry. And you know, all of their work goes toward supporting the Shriners hospitals.
It's a great call.
How do you get that many matching dune buggies?
That's a good question. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
You know, I looked up their motto. What do the Shriners stand for? And it said something like friendship and having fun. I might want to join.
That's right up your alley, Miss Karen.
But again, their big fundraising is the Shriners Hospitals, and there are 22 children's Shriners Hospitals across the nation.
And our group here locally is an outstanding group.
Oh, this is a great elephant. Big owl. It's a good one. It says it's an elephant puppet created by the faculty and students, Department of Theater and Dance. So cool. Department of Theater and Dance. I've heard that people really enjoy the Alabama Repertory of Dance Theater, and that's coming up very soon. Sweet Home Capstone.
Decorated in sweets. No less.
That's a cute theme. I hadn't seen that before.
We've seen a lot of candy and desserts today.
That was Alpha Omicron. The Southern Miss Scholarship Program. Again, these young girls compete. They learn etiquette and beauty techniques, friendship, scholarship, leadership. They start young.
And they certainly look graceful today.
And they look like beautiful young ladies in their tiaras. Alabama Miss State Princess, Southern Miss State Princess. Our equestrian team, you know, we've only had this for a couple of years, Lynn, and we've already won a lot of awards.
Absolutely. They have one of their horses here today.
I believe Coach Battle and his wife Mary had a lot to do with starting this. Beautiful horse walking by.
Right.
You know, water skiing is almost a lost art. Everybody now, they just hop on a jet ski.
That's right. Can you ski? Water ski?
I can ski on 2 skis if I look ahead and don't cross the wave.
I've never been able to get the hang of it.
Bend your knees.
Bend your knees.
And hold on.
More sweets for Sweet Home
Alpha pie, alpha pie. Now that's some pomping on the side of that. Is that not pomping?
Yes, that's pomping. So that's chicken wire and tissue paper. Kristen used to do this when she was in school.
I did it when I was in school. Surely you pomped.
You had to pump. You know what? I've never gotten pumped.
Capstone College of Nursing. Yes, Roll Tide. Oh, that's cool. That took some work.
So neat. They have all roads leading out of the capstone. Oh, they just threw us a button.
Thank you.
You can't see this at home, but somebody on the nursing club they just sent us a button. They just threw it over to us.
Hey, we need more nurses. We need good nurses. And getting in our nursing school is not an easy thing. They do a great job. Very proud of them. It's a beautiful building, a brand new building.
And they sent you a button, Miss Terry. It says CCN loves the Tide. So that's Capstone College of Nursing. Loves the Tide.
Cool.
So there you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Here come the Tide Rods.
Tide Rods. That thing looks a little bit hard to steer.
I don't know if I could park that thing. The Tide Ride help our students, our faculty, and our staff get around the university in charge of transportation. Some good-looking rides. I think we have Chi Omega coming. The chapter was founded in 1922. And their motto, to place scholarship before social obligation and character before appearances. I like that. Those are Mardi Gras colors.
This is a Mardi Gras thing.
Oh, there it is. Oh, when the tide comes marching in. Is Mardi Gras? Is it about time for Mardi Gras?
February.
So we still have some time.
Yeah.
We have a 1949 Chevy truck.
That's a good looking ride.
You know, I think
decked out in crimson and white.
I read where that truck cost like $1,000, and I looked it up. Today's Chevy truck costs $50,000. A Silverado.
Wow.
That's quite the bargain.
Bama Extreme Cheer, followed by Delta, Delta, Delta. So our cameraman, Don, who's down on street level, I just saw him crack a big smile because all of these sorority girls are right up in his face, cheering and chanting, and I think he's having some free entertainment.
Speech and Hearing Clinic of the University of Alabama. There's certainly a need for that, especially for our young children. Find out if they have problems. Early intervention is so important.
And if you're just joining us, you're watching live coverage of the University of Alabama's Homecoming Parade 2017 on WVUA 23.
There's a great crowd here today, Lynn. I think it's a perfect weather, too.
It really is, because the cloud cover is sort of keeping those temperatures down. It's very pleasant out here.
And there's no rain in the forecast, so we're cool. We're good.
Everybody needs to come out tonight and watch the Tide roll. Here come the fierce dancing diamonds, and they always put on a show here at the Homecoming Parade. Let's watch.
These young ladies are from Davis Emerson Middle School. We go right through there when we head to Birmingham. They're in Cottondale. They also compete in dance competitions in the Southeast.
Now it's time for the nerds. This is the Mallet Assembly. It's a really unique organization. If you're not familiar with Mallet Assembly, they're one of the few self-governing dormitories in the country.
Well, I read everything I could read about Mallet Assembly, and I'm still not familiar with them.
It's basically, Terry, in a nutshell, it's the really smart kids.
Okay.
It's the really,
It says
smart kids.
special living and learning options. Sounds like they govern themselves.
They do. They march to the beat of their own drum.
Delta Zeta.
Delta Zeta, Sweet Home Capstone.
Oh, I just got the 16 and a half. Did you get that?
Yes, so it's
that's very
it looks
clever.
like a mileage sign.
That's
and
right.
It says Tuscaloosa 16 and a half.
Right. Well, we've won 16 national championships, and we're halfway, 16 and a half. Pretty cool.
Halfway to 17.
Don't tell Nick about that, though.
He wouldn't want us thinking.
No.
Bama bike. Bama Phi Beta has been here on campus since 1989.
You know, it's almost 2 o'clock, Lynn, and the doors of the stadium will be opening close to 4. kickoff is 6:15, I believe. We'll be playing great SEC school, Arkansas Razorbacks. It's going to be a tough game. We need the crowd cheer with us.
Oh, the beautiful Cinderella scholarship pageant. And look at this guy.
Is he part of the Cinderella pageant?
It's his own little outfit. So it's kind of the look of a grass skirt, a topless look. At the Alpha Theta.
I can't imagine this many people lining up for this parade. They have to start early and back way up. It's quite long.
It's really
quite
impressive.
long.
Yes, the parade that you see here rolling down University Boulevard actually started way over in downtown. So by the time they get to our stage, they have been walking for a while. So the ones that you're seeing right now, for example, have been walking for a solid hour.
That's probably why it's so nice that it is a little cloudy today.
And homecoming, quite often, we've had a lot of warm homecomings here at Alabama.
We have, and it's probably just as well that it's an evening game. It's supposed to cool off. They're saying 67 degrees this evening. The game will probably start out about 82 degrees. But those are not the numbers we're concerned about, Lynn.
No.
Kappa Delta. I think all 35,000 students are in this parade, Lynn.
There has been great participation today. The Blake Modeling Troupe. Oh, I am so sorry. The Black Modeling Troupe.
The Black Modeling Troupe. Looking good.
Our camera guy's having to really use some fancy footwork to keep from being knocked down during Kappa Kappa Gamma's appearance in the parade today.
Thank you for being with us. We're at 2017 University of Alabama Homecoming Parade.
And a special thanks to all the folks who made this possible. You'll see our sponsors as we continue our coverage. You'll see our sponsors popping up on the screen. Also want to thank Tuscaloosa County Parks and Recreation Authority. They provided today the stage that Miss Terry and I are sitting on right now. So we really appreciate Para.
And I don't know if you noticed, but the flower arrangement right in front of us has a huge chocolate football in the middle of it.
Can you smell? I can smell that chocolate.
You can.
The Blind Student Organization. And here's our Little Miss 2017.
What? Phi Mu?
I think Phi Mu.
Okay, good. Where is that here? Kristen and I were both Phi Mu's, and once a Phi Mu, always a Phi Mu. Great organization, sisterhood forever. believe they have one of the highest grade point averages of all of the sororities.
They also help
Very proud
out the
of them.
Children's Miracle Network,
Yes,
right?
they do. That is their one big philanthropy. Yes. Glitz and Glitter dance team coming up. You know, when I was little, Lynn, the big thing was to throw candy off of and all the little kids would run out in the street and collect the candy, but I guess we don't do that anymore.
This parade actually used to have, you could throw things at the parade, but I think someone got hurt.
I understand. Right.
That's why they...
Now, when Nick was with LSU for 5 years and we had all those parades, you could throw whatever you want.
Sure, I bet.
And a lot of people did get hurt.
Yes. Because you're in the heart of a culture that's very friendly to throwing things.
It's part of the culture. Okay.
Well, we have a small break in the parade, so I want to point out this is, Miss Terry was talking about this earlier. This is a pink, so the color is not off. Don't adjust your television set. This is a pink football, and that is in honor of October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This is not an actual football, though. I won't try to pinch off any of this, but this is actually chocolate. So it's from our good friends over at Peterborough. Made that for us. So.
I kind of like having chocolate part of our flower arrangement.
Yes. This might disappear after the broadcast.
We'll share.
In just a few moments.
We'll share.
That could be dessert. So you already have the beef stew. Well, you have carrot cake though. Okay.
I do.
So you guys don't need a dessert. You're still doing well.
So we have a little more parade coming up.
It's
been a great day so far. Again, the weather is perfect. It's a huge crowd. And I'll run home and get a little freshened up, and it'll be time to go toward the stadium.
So you'll have time for a quick freshen up at home, and then you'll be right back here.
We always leave our house 2 hours before kickoff.
2 hours. And what's your tradition? What's your routine for getting ready for a game?
Well, I like to watch whoever's on TV. So I might be putting my makeup on while I'm watching Tennessee play whomever, because I don't want to miss any of that. So I just love the SEC football. Again, a big pot of soup, company around us. It's a weekend where we have 2 official visits, so that's important. You always think about recruiting and what we need to do to best foot forward for our recruits. And at halftime of the game, Miss Lynn and I go down and we meet the recruits and their families, and then they'll come to our house on Sunday.
Oh, wow. Busy weekend.
It's a good weekend. Druid City Prancing Divas.
Well, they sure have the moves. They sure have the
Hence the word diva.
Diva. Stay to talk.
The Downtown Pedal Tours. Have you ever done that, Lynn?
I haven't tried that. It looks like it would be really fun, but maybe also a lot of work. I can't tell.
Well, at least while you're having fun, you're burning some calories and getting some exercise while you check out our town of Tuscaloosa. I think that would be fun. I think there's a keg of beer in the middle of that.
Speaking of beer, here comes the Student Bar Association.
You know, it wasn't very long ago I was waving to a dear friend, Grace Prince, who was a freshman law student, and just last week she passed the bar, and she's working full time.
Way to go.
Very proud of her.
Daughter of Bob Prince.
That's right. Right here in town.
Our viewers at home know Bob from Law Call, from WVUA 23 Law Call. He's on that show. Zeta Tau Alpha.
I don't know what that cheer is. I would not attempt it.
And that organization came to the University of Alabama in 1910. Involved in helping bring awareness.
I think this is a
Breast
wonderful group, Lynn. You know, they're working to eradicate human trafficking, and that includes sexual exploitation, trafficking, forced slave labor, involuntary domestic servitude, and this group is in 10 countries. A21.
Followed by our friends at Town Square Media.
.3, the Bear.
And that's their mascot, Diesel.
He's handsome.
Diesel is such a crowd favorite when you visit 95.3 The Bear. I actually got to pet Diesel yesterday.
Coming up behind the antique fire truck, Church of the Highlands.
And that is a gorgeous fire truck. It's
That's
a
a
really
beauty.
unique siren also.
Oh, this is our equipment truck, Lynn.
Yes.
They follow us to every away game. You know, if we fly very far, the equipment has to go on the truck, and then we meet up. Can you imagine taking care of 120 football players' jerseys and equipment and pads and keeping everything clean and organized?
That is a job. It is a process.
It's a job. I can barely take care of Nick's.
It seems like once you get everything washed and folded, it's time to start over.
SGA, Parents Association.
Now, this is a Student Government Association. Of course, we want to thank them for their leadership and involvement in campus life. And as always, the University of Alabama Homecoming Executive Committee rounds out the ends of the homecoming parade. This group works very hard
They certainly did a good job.
to make all of this happen. Well, this year's homecoming parade has rolled right past us. It's in the books now, but homecoming is far from over, and we are not finished yet. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come right back to wrap things up in just a minute. Stay with us for more live coverage of homecoming 2017 right here on WVUA 23.
Roll Tide.